Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from holsingersflyshop.com. Bringing you my pattern for this week, and it's an ant pattern. Here it is, July at the shop already, and right now this time of year we have a lot of Japanese beetles and ants falling into the stream. It's a great pattern to use. The Japanese beetle, on the East Coast here we use, you guys out west use a hopper dropper. Our version of that, here in PA at least, is usually a beetle with an ant underneath it. That's great this time of year. We use the beetle as the indicator for the ant, and also I've swung these as wet flies too, and they're killer as a wet fly pattern too. So don't be afraid to use it as a wet or a nymph. Use it as a nymph, use it as a dropper. This pattern works any way you fish it pretty much this time of year, because the ants are falling out of the trees, dropping into the water. It's a common staple of the trout diet. I'm going to use some UV glue on this. I'll use the UV glue because it sets up right away, instantaneous, and I can wrap my hackle on right after I'm done doing that. You can always tie off, hit it with some head cement or hard as nails, whatever you use, and let it dry and come back and tie the hackle on later. Either way, whatever you have available to you. So, like I said, this is how I like to tie it, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, this is how I tie my hard-bodied ant. You can see very simple pattern, just a couple materials. What we're going to start out with is a fire hole hook and a 633 in a size 16. Barbless hook. I've been fishing the barbless hooks lately, so I've been sticking with them. And you can use, your Daiichi or whatever you want if you don't use the barbless hooks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 balls of lead on here. I'm going to put one at the front, and I'm going to make it about two or three wraps of lead, like 3 full wraps of lead, and then one at the back. And I'm going to make it just slightly bigger. Okay, the size of lead I'm using here is .025. Using a little bit bigger lead than I normally use. 1, because I want to sink it down quick, and 2, because I want to build up some body on this fly. Now, I need to crush that lead. There we go. Get it smooth onto the hook. You can see there now I have 2 sections already built for my body. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie on some thread, and I'm using black thread. And you could use some red or brown if you want, I guess. I never tried it, but what we're just going to do is we're going to cover up that lead. And we're going to cover it up the best we can. And we're going to build up with thread, build up the body there. And I'm spinning this around here so I can see, so I can see that I'm covering the bottom. And the thing here is too that you don't have to worry about covering it up perfectly. We're going to hit it with a marker here just to make sure we got it all. And also you can wrap it right up to the eye, because we're not actually going to tie off at the eye on this fly. We're going to tie off in the middle section. So it's okay to build body up to the eye. Okay, you can see there I got it pretty well. Now I'm going to jump back to the back section, and I'm going to tie it, and I'm going to leave a big gap here in the middle. And we're just going to cover this all up with thread now, the back end. This is about as easy of a fly as you can tie. And it's a really good fish catcher too. I said in the little intro there that I've swung it as wets and I've caught fish that way on it. And I also nymph this a lot. A lot of times I'll use this as my top above my anchor fly on my nymph. And I catch a lot of fish with this fly. This time of year, like I said, it's midsummer here. The Japanese beetles are all over the flowers in your flower bed and stuff. They're also all over the stream and dropping into the stream. Well, the ants are in the trees this time of year and dropping down into the stream too. So there's a lot of ants in your streams. So this is almost a must-have for fly fishing right now. So like you see here, I'm just building up a nice round body with it. And once I get that built up pretty nice and round there, you can see I got some lead shining through. So all I'm going to do is just take a black marker, come in and hit that lead, cover it up, make sure I got it all nice and black and no lead shining through. There you go, that looks real good there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with some UV Fly Finish Flow. And this is going to make the body nice and round. It's going to... It'll take to the body here, as you can see. I'm just going to do this one part at a time. I'm going to hit the front end and then the back end, so I can do two different sections with it. Oops. Got some in the eye. It'll punch right out here in a second whenever I'll run a hook through that, and that'll punch right out. So that's no big deal. And just do the back side now. And like I said, you can use your head cement or hard as nails, whatever you have, to do this method. I would just sit it aside and let it dry until it's dry before you put your hackle on. Okay, there's the back section of it, nice and round. Okay, so now I got two sections of it there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a black hen hackle, and a little secret here, I got to get one off my cape. Little secret here, I just have a black hen hackle. You want a hen cape for this, or any kind of hen hackle, because it's nice soft barbs. If you don't have a black, that's fine. Take a black magic marker to it. That black magic marker, permanent marker, will stay on there for a long time. So you'll be fine with that. If you have a brown one or a dun, colored, whatever, just hit it with a black magic marker. And then tie that on, and we're just going to make about 2 wraps, just enough to put some legs on this fly. Two, and then we'll tie it off. And I'm going to tie it off here in the middle section. Okay. About 3 wraps there to turn it down. Cut it off, and then I'm just going to take and I'm going to whip finish it in that middle section. And that is all that's to the hard-bodied ant. Very easy fly to tie, and a must-have for this time of year. So give this fly a try. I'm sure it's going to catch fish for you. And I hope you enjoy all the videos that I show you. And please keep watching and subscribe to my channel so you're constantly updated with new ones. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. And all the materials you need to tie this you can find at our shop at holsingersflyshop.com. So check us out there. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Holsinger.